So prerequisites, I have added this site. You would have already visited this site and referred it. Okay. So we have to install the Visual Studio Code. Okay. And then we have to install the Gulp. Okay. With this command. Okay. And then YAML template. Okay. So once we are done with these installations, then we are good to start. Okay, but we have to make sure that we all have the same versions on our systems. Otherwise, it will create a lot of problem in the later stages. Okay. So to check the version, we have to check these two versions. One is Node version and the NPM version. Okay. So with the Node version, we can directly go and check with this Node. Okay, it is not taking here. Okay. Okay, so it returns the Node version, and then similarly we can check for the npm version. Okay, with this npm v command. Okay. So any doubt till here?
No.
Okay. So in this installation, you can go through this page once. Okay, it have explained very well, like for what purpose we are installing these components. Okay. Okay, and then moving on to the next. So once we are ready with our installations, then we can start like creating the SPFX solution. Okay. So to create the solution, we require this command. Okay, u@microsoft/SharePoint. Okay. So just to demonstrate, we can just go to our project folder, and then we can hit this command to create our solution. Okay, I have already created one such solution. So here it is. I'm getting some error because I am in the middle of upgrading my version as we discussed yesterday on Teams. Okay, so please ignore the error as of now. So once we have our solution, you could see the folder structure like this. Okay, we will be going we will be looking into this later on. Okay, just for now, you can see how we are creating the solution. Okay, it takes some 20 to 30 minutes to create the solution. Okay. So once we have created our solution, then the next step is how we can run our solution and start the development. Okay. So I have my one of my previous project folder. I will demonstrate with that how we can run our solution. Okay. So we have to hit the command gulp serve. Okay, so once we hit this command, it basically runs the project in the workbench. Okay, so if you could notice, it is redirecting to the local workbench. Okay, we do not need this since we want to run our application in SharePoint context. To be able to run this with this SharePoint context, we have to follow some process. Okay. For that purpose, we have to create the SPFX package. Okay, there are basically 3 to 4 steps we have to follow to deploy our package to the SharePoint site. Then only we would be able to start running and like the development of our application. Okay, so we have to use these 4 commands to create our package solution. Okay, and once we have created our package, it we will get it under our project SharePoint solution. Let me show the same. Okay, so here are my application solution structure, and then within this we will get a SharePoint folder solution, and we will get our sppkg file. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to deploy this to the app catalog. Okay. Now again, there are two type of app catalog. One could be a tenant level app catalog, and second could be of site collection level app catalog. Okay. So depending on the scenario, like the deployment is not as such different. For the tenant level app catalog, we have to deploy in the tenant level. And for site collection level, we have to add this to site collection app catalog. Okay. For now, let me show. Okay. Let me see. So for now, let's refer to the tenant level app catalog. Okay. So once, for example, we have created our package file, then we have to simply upload our package file to the tenant level app catalog. Okay. Okay. So you can simply drag and drop, and okay. So once we upload our SPPKG file, so we could see the app version every time you are deploying. Okay, you have to take care of this. Okay, and we have to increment every time this by one. I will explain later. Okay, so once we have uploaded this, we have to go to our site and then we have to get it on our site. Okay, so there is a problem while deploying here. Okay, so that is the reason it is not available in the site content. Okay, so for now, just understand how is the process. So we have to upload our solution file into the app catalog. and then it would be available in the site content. We have to go and add that to our site by going through this app section, and we can add the app to our site collection. Okay. So once we have added that to our site collection, okay, and then that application would be available for us to add on the site pages. Okay. So just to demonstrate, for example, we have some older application over here for the previous project. So on these pages, we would be getting the option to add our web parts. Okay. Simply you can search for your web part, and then you would be able to add that to your pages. Okay. So far what we have looked here is uh, how we can configure our prerequisites, and then how we can create our solution. Okay. And then how we can create the package. Okay. And the fourth, what we saw is how we can deploy this to our app catalog, and then how we can add our web parts to the pages. Okay. Any query still here?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I'm moving ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, every time you, yeah, please.
Hey, Sneha and Anna, I'm not sure whether you have created SPFX parts before. So if you want Dilip to walk you through that screen as well, just let him know.
I guess Mukesh, let our setup be ready. I guess Anna's setup is also in progress. So I think once we are got through that, and if we try something, and then we can have one more session where we can discuss our queries with him. Will that be a good idea? Like, right now we'll
Yeah.
try to understand.
Okay,
Anna,
yeah.
like if Anna want those steps.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
With regard to setup, right? I mean, so Anna and
Okay.
Sneha, all those guys, okay, directly. I mean, don't wait after raising the request, right? Just call the LTI help desk and they will do it for you. I mean, yesterday I did this, I just raised the request and I called them immediately.
Yeah. So Amit, I have raised the request actually, but the thing is, I may be able to start it on Monday itself. Right now, I'm trying to finish the development, like so.
And that's okay. I mean, you can,
Yeah.
yeah. So Anna, you can do that. I mean, basically, you can just call them. I mean, immediately after raising the request, and tell them that you are requested the Node software. Whatever software, Node, Visual Studio Code. I mean, they are all open source and pre-approved ones. So they will immediately install it.
Because for my node, since node 12 point version was not available, so I think it went for approval to Anuya. I need to check.
It should not go.
So
Basically,
Anna, for that you can download directly from the Node.js site. So
see,
10.8.
basically what you do, I mean, yeah, as Mukesh rightly said, you download 10.23 point what 0 or 2, whatever the latest, I mean 10 release version, right? The setup you can download it on your machine. Call those people and say that I have requested for a pre-approved software called as Node.js, right? But I don't want version 12. I want to install something which I have on my machine, right? Installable. Okay,
Okay.
this is what I did yesterday. I mean, this is what I did yesterday. I raised the request. I immediately called them, and I told the boss I need it urgently on my machine, right? And I want two softwares. One is Node and one is Visual Studio Code. So both were installed. I mean, both installables I had on the machine. So they just ran the installable with their admin credentials.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, just tell them, I mean, I need this software as soon as possible, starting next week, right?
Okay.
And these are pre-approved softwares actually. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, Dilip, go ahead.
Yeah, so let me continue. Okay. So as I mentioned, every time we are creating the package, we have to update it by increment it by 1. Okay, so let me go. We have to go in package solution and we have to upgrade this by 1. Okay, so when next time I'm creating package, so before creating the package, I should create this like increment this by 1. Okay, so these are the minor version and this is the major release version. Okay, so during the development we usually update with the minor version. Okay, so when we will deploy this to app catalog, then we will see once it is successfully deployed without any error, then we will see the latest version over here. Okay, and by any chance if you forget to upgrade the version, then our deployment will not be successful. Okay, so this is about the release. Okay, so in the SPFX development, we can utilize some of the libraries and plugins provided by the Microsoft. Okay, so some of them are listed below. Okay, so the first library which I would like to mention here is the PNP.js library. Okay, so PNP.js is a collection of library for consuming SharePoint, Graph, and Office 365 REST APIs. Okay, we can use this in our application. Okay, so what happens is, let me demonstrate this with some example. Okay, so if you could see with this PNP, how we are making a REST call. Okay, so it is very convenient and well structured if we utilize this. Okay, so if you could see there, we have simply if we have simply mentioned our list title and then the filters and select query and whatever we used to expand and then get our post query. Okay, so it is very good if we utilize in our application. Okay, so to utilize this, what we have to do is we have to install this in our Visual Studio our SPFX solution. Okay, so to install this, we have to hit this command. Okay, if in case you want to study more on this and understand in detail, so you can refer this site. Okay. So this is the official site. You can study in detail about it and what are the steps we need to follow. Okay, maybe in the later stages I would be explaining these configuration, how we can utilize this in our solution. Okay, maybe in the next session. Okay, for now we are just covering the high level options we can utilize. Okay, so any queries with this PNP.js?
Not going, just to inform, right? I mean, basically we will definitely use PNP.js. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do. So what we'll be doing, I mean, we'll be trying to do is, basically we'll be creating a kind of a common library components, right? So one of the library component will have all the references to these additional JS files, right? It can be jQuery, it can be PNP.js libraries and everything. So basically, and we'll, I mean, we'll use the same project. Or, the only thing we have to do is to import that library project, right? I mean, all the files will be automatically, available to you. So I mean, we are moving towards that goal that, I mean, everything should be coming from the library component, correct? And the only thing you have to maintain in your code is the web part code. That's it, right? The rest all should be automatically incorporated in your code. It should be available to you. So we'll work on that. Yeah. But PNP.js is definitely, we're going to use PNP.js. I mean, as Dilip said, it makes us, I mean, I think we are used to this kind of syntax, right? Get by title and, get lists and all this. Instead of, I mean, having the, calling the exact REST URL. So that is not that user friendly. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Dilip. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Anyone, any other queries? Okay, so I'm continuing. Okay, so the next library which I would like to mention is the Fluent UI. Okay, so what happens is, let me explain this with an example. Okay, for example, we are developing our custom application and we want to develop something like the out of the box list structure or the folder structure. Okay, so what options we earlier had is we were developing our custom CSS and the HTML view. Okay, but now we Microsoft have provided us the Fluent UI. Okay, so by utilizing this Fluent UI, we can simply develop the out of the box interfaces in our custom application. Okay, so let me explain this during their site. Okay, so for example, we want to develop something like the like this, you can see, or maybe some list structure. Okay, okay, or some buttons, just like how our modern view have. Okay, so we can utilize this. So what we have to do for this is we have to install the Fluent UI in our solution. Okay, and then we have to import it in our web parts. Okay, and then we have to perform some additional steps wherever like we are adding the Fluent UI controls. Okay, so any queries with this Fluent UI? Okay, so I think there is no query, so let me move ahead. Okay, and then we have the use Fabric UI. So just like the Fluent UI, we have the options to utilize the icons which are already provided. So we don't have to use Bootstrap or our custom CSS for each of the icons. Okay, because that becomes quite unsymmetric. Okay, so for the modern UI, we can utilize all the icons which has been provided. To utilize this, what we have to do is we have to just install this in our solution, and then we have to import it in our web parts, and then use the controls which has been provided by the by them. Okay, so we can simply like get the controls, and we can utilize this in our application for wherever we need some icons. Okay, any queries with this?
No, no, Dilip.
Okay, so the next point would be discussing about the React.js. So for the React.js, it would be highly recommended that if you could go through this video series. Okay, so I had personally referred this video series only last year before starting our React project. So it was very helpful. And okay, so okay, so this have 77 videos, but at least refer these 25 videos. Okay, so these have covered all the basic fundamentals of the React. Okay, and if you could get some more time, then you can refer rest of the videos as well. But at least 25 videos are required for this to understand the React basics. Okay, otherwise it would be very difficult to directly jump into the React SPFX solution. Okay, so once you have gone through these videos, then it would be quite easy for you to understand the SPFX along with the React in the solution. Okay, any queries with React.js as of now?
No, React, I mean, as Dilip said, right? React is something which you have to go through, right? So this should be your first priority, all right? And again, I mean, for this project per se, you need not go into detailed, React tutorials. Like, you don't need to go through, React hooks or, use effect or all these kind of things, right? It's not required, but at least, you should be well aware of how to, manage the state lifecycle methods and how to pass the properties between the components, right? All these basic things of React, right? I mean, that you have to be well aware of, right?
Correct. So as I mentioned, like these first 20 to 25 videos have covered these fundamentals, fragments, component life cycles. Okay.
Correct. So this is what you have to be aware of: how to apply stylings, how to, I mean, very basic things. Okay, very
Correct.
basic things. I mean, if you get those things, so as and when we create the components, we will learn the advanced stuff. I mean, automatically, right? Because normally when we face issues, we search in Google, and Google gives us the solution, right? So that is how we learn the advanced things. So let's be sure that you know the basics properly. So once the basics are clear, it should be good with, we can start with the development. And whenever we face issues, I think Dilip is there, and I mean, I am there, Mukesh is there. I think we can help you out, or you can yourself Google it out and you can get the solution.
Yes. So once maybe if you have referred a few of the videos, then I can have one more session wherein I can show how we can perform the CRUD operation. Okay, with SharePoint. Okay. So once you will see that it would be quite clear and it will become quite easy to understand later on. Okay, but directly do not jump to SPFX, otherwise it will be really difficult to understand. Okay.
Get the SPFX environment ready, so that's a priority, right? Then in parallel also go through the React videos which Dilip has shared, right? Sneha, Anna. So we can do that. I think Sneha has already gone
Yes.
through trainings earlier, but I think you will need a refresh, right?
Yes, I need a bit deep training for the
Yeah.
React actually.
Right, and Anna, I think you have to, work a bit harder to get the React videos, I mean, gone through as soon as possible. Right. So, yeah, but get the development environment ready as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and I will explain the solution structure and code structure maybe in the next session. Okay, so I'm keeping it for now. Okay, so we have the next step is TFS connectivity. It is not required for now. Okay, but I have kept it here in the documentation. Okay, so like how we can create the code repository, how we can check in the solution, and how other team members can get it on their machine. Okay.
So for this, I think, Arvind is using Bitbucket, right, for solution. I mean, as an SVN, Mukesh.
Yes, Amit.
So we have to check. I mean, whether we can. I think your code should be, I think, integrated with Bitbucket. I don't see any issues, but let's check that out, Dilip. How to maintain the code version in Bitbucket. Okay, because I think we are not going to use Git or I think
So
as your
Amit, it is basically extension of Git only. So all the commands all are similar. So
similar.
basically, yeah, this platform is Git only.
Then great. I think then it's great. Then the same command what I think Dilip will explain will work here also, right? I mean in Bitbucket as well. Okay. All right.
Okay, so this is it from my side. We can again plan for a session once you have referred with the React training videos. So in that session, I can show you like the CRUD operations. Okay, like how we can run, how we can deploy, and how we can perform the CRUD operation. Once that is done, it would be quite clear. Okay, so let me know if you have any queries for now.
Dilip, can you also add documentation URLs for CNPJ and when do you add this document?
So I have added the link.
So PNP also we have added. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I have added link for all the steps. Okay, wherever required.
Okay, that's sufficient.
I will share this document.
Sure, Dilip.
Any other query? Any of you?
No, not from my side. Thanks, Dilip.
All right.
No, Dilip will go through this document and let you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, then I think thanks, Dilip. Thanks for
Yeah.
getting this done. So I think we'll have our next session, once the team has the React basics, right? I mean, so let's have it probably next week, or let's see when the team is ready. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.